Hey, what's up y'all? Back again with another video. I hope you guys are all doing well, taking care of yourself the best way that you know how, drinking water, and eating foods that resonate with you the best. So this video is going to be about a supplement that I enjoy taking, and I know my past videos have been about relationships and relationship with yourself, and I am going to be toggling between vitamins and the relationships with other people and with yourself. I feel as though when you put all three of those together, or when you want to go first with fixing yourself and healing yourself first internally, starting with food, supplements, or trying to help yourself spiritually, all of that comes together, and then you can become the best version of yourself, and being spiritually healthy, physically healthy, and internally healthy with elements, diseases, and all that stuff will help you become the best person that you know how to be. So you could be an example to yourself. And so I enjoy talking about relationships, and I also enjoy about how I personally take care of myself on a regular basis, and the supplements and the vitamins that I take for me and how it's doing for me. And I'm definitely not a doctor or anything like that, but the first teacher is always yourself, you know, and anyone could give you advice, but you have to see how it's going to react to you, how supplements are going to react to you, how they're going to function with you. And you know, you're taking a risk on yourself. You're taking a risk of absolutely helping your health and helping yourself spiritually and physically. So all of them work in unison. One cannot outweigh the other. They all have to work congruently. And supplements and vitamins, they are just a tool to help you feel better, to get on track, to gain a routine, to be more consistent with yourself, to show yourself love, the most optimal love, to show how powerful you are and how you can heal the body naturally. And taking herbs and supplements, it takes time, you know, all these things take time. It's not a one fix all thing. You have to work on yourself spiritually, you know, you have to work on yourself spiritually, you have to work on the foods that you are intaking, you have to make sure that you are hydrated throughout the day, and seeing what works for you, because it's going to be different for everyone. Our health is going to be different for everyone, and just because someone else is depleted in one vitamin, it doesn't mean that you are depleted in that vitamin. So it's cool to have an awareness. It's also amazing to get your levels checked. You could do it online, or you can go to the doctor, however you feel comfortable, so you can know what vitamins or medication to take for yourself if that's what you believe in. You can't use a supplement or an herb or a vitamin and think that that is just going to be the end-all cure. You know, what's causing the pain, what's causing the elements, the hurt, the bad joints, the being lethargic, all of those things. You have to cultivate a level of self-awareness. And if you don't even have money, like a lot of people say they don't have enough money, you feel like you don't have enough money, or you don't know anything, there's always resources out there for you to be able to check to see what is aligned for you. If you're open enough, these things will naturally come to you. And oh yeah, going back to what I was saying, that people intuitively get called towards these different herbs and vitamins for a certain reason. So they don't necessarily feel like a doctor is necessary at this point in time. You know, whatever you want to do to help yourself is key. However you want to go about it is okay of how you go about it. Whatever information you do know is okay, and the information you don't know is okay. Because there's so many things to learn when it comes to vitamins and herbs and all that good stuff. So it's nothing to beat yourself up about, and it is a process. It does take time, and you're gonna have moments where, you know, you may be inconsistent, you may forget, you might break out, you may get bloated. And it's just all about lessening those symptoms and having an awareness of what you are putting in your mouth, what you are thinking about, like what are your thoughts throughout the day. You know, you don't have to be the most positive person. It's just, what are you spending your time on thinking about? Because when you're thinking, sometimes you're worrying about someone else's problems, or you're worrying about the world's problems, or you're worrying about, you know, what was said on the TV. Those things contribute to wearing and tearing down your mind, your brain, your body, making you tired, putting stress on you. If you can't handle, you know, looking at those things, then it's time to take a break so your body can recuperate. So you go outside, you know, take a walk. These things are needed for the body, even if you don't feel like it, or even if you feel like you don't want to do it. The body naturally wants to relax. The body wants rest. The body wants to rest, you know. So you fast. Also, a lot of people fast. You fast when you feel like it's needed. You don't have to fast because other people are telling you to fast. I remember being in a group, and I remember being a part of a certain group that was starting to accumulate. It was new, and everyone was fasting, and they're like, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and fast. So I tried it and I fasted, and it wasn't the right time for me to fast at that time. I was building my own body up consistently, and it was working. So sometimes when we fast, it could be a downfall. It could make you go backwards sometimes. So it's about knowing intuitively when to do things and how much to do it, because fasting all the time, you could end up depleting the minerals that you have built up for yourself, you know. So it's all about making those mistakes and learning that in between that, not judging yourself, because you always know, like, okay, so I've done these things. You could even write them down if you want to, or if you trust yourself enough to know your key foundations that you always go to help you get back on track, then go to those things to help you get back afloat. But understand that it takes time to heal the body. That's why it's important to have that intuition, or have that self-awareness of what you are putting into your mouth and your diet, the foods you are eating, taking things away for a little bit, seeing what doesn't work, seeing how your body is reacting to certain foods. Like, you are the test dummy, you are the experiment, you are experiencing this life, so why not take things away? Don't be scared to take things away for a little bit that, you know, like, you could put it back in your life. It's just trying to see what is aggravating you, what's not making you feel good, you know. So you could see, so you can start trusting yourself more, and then you will start to see that you won't crave as much. You won't even, sometimes you won't even crave those things that you used to crave. Like, it'll slow down, or you'll crave it sometimes, or you'll end up binge eating on it, and then you'll leave it alone for a long time. Like, your body, you change. Like, you change. The thing, when you go through life, you change. When things happen, you change. It's just seeing yourself when you are going through these changes, whether it's health, whether it's life, regular life stuff, just having more of a self-awareness when these things are occurring, taking things away, you know, de-stressing, even with people, with things, places, you know, taking those things away, seeing how you react, seeing how you act, seeing what is aggravating, what do you have an attachment to, you know, how are you going to react, how do you feel when you take those things away? Is it hard, is it uncomfortable? Do you feel like you can't do it? Can you take it away for only a couple of hours? That's still good. You're changing things up in your life. You're changing things up within you. That's the main part. And then you'll get better and you'll feel better, and then you'll take more chances, and then the universe will reveal things that are for you, that they feel like you can handle, that your body can handle, that you feel like your higher self can handle, so you can trust yourself more. Cod liver, what attracted me to it even more is that it helps me with my menstrual cycle. And ever since I've been taking it, it's definitely helped me have better periods. You know, I'm still fine-tuning my periods and stuff like that, and fine-tuning it on an intuitive level, getting more comfortable with my body, getting comfortable with my period just in general. And it's done wonders. It helps with inflammation, it helps with bone health, it has high amounts of vitamin A and D, and I definitely want to go over vitamin A and D because a lot of people are deficient in both of those. And a lot of people talk about vitamin D all the time, but no one really talks about vitamin A as much. It reduces inflammation, it helps with arthritis symptoms, eye health, it helps with reducing heart disease, helps with anxiety and depression. It also helps with memory, and it's a mood booster. A lot of people talk about omega-3s and DHA and omega-6s are amazing. I've always taken that, but for me, cod liver just worked better for me. It really does. A lot of people say omega-3s is the way to go. It helps with stress. Of course, it absolutely does, and I definitely know that it is needed in the diet. But cod liver has worked for me. And so, that being said, if cod liver working for me, things are going to work differently for you. Just because you see it, something that's being promoted, online or on TV or an article, doesn't mean that if you use that product that's the end all. There's other things that may come into your life. There's other vitamins and supplements or herbs that may come into your life that you could see the bigger difference than everything else that everyone else is promoting online or on TV or an article. You know, whenever people promote a bunch of things or the same things over and over, I always question, what else is there? I know there has to be something else. So cod liver has definitely helped me in so many ways. So it helps with the immune system function, cellular growth, and the reproduction. So I enjoy cod liver. For me, it hasn't affected me. I take a lot sometimes, especially during my period. I also take a lot of B12. You have to know your body. You know, you really, really do. I'm not promoting to tell you guys what to do or how much to take or how much to overtake. You have to intuitively know what you feel like you can handle. You know, small doses to see if there's a difference. You could take small doses or what's recommended on the bottle to see if there is a difference. If I don't see a difference and I don't feel like it's really potent to me, or if I have a bunch of acne, or I'll probably take more than it says on the recommended and just see how my body acts. So I know I start to understand my body and how it works, how much it can take, what is too much. Is this making me feel sick? Am I scared of feeling nauseous? You know, so I'm not scared of that because I know that I am trying to help myself the best way that I know how. I am trying to be the healthiest that I can be the best way that I know how, and telling the universe, show me, intuitively show me. I talk to myself, intuitively show me what else that needs to be brought into my life as far as being the healthiest for me, that's going to work for me. And some of these signs can be subtle. Some of these signs can be so subtle. And I could give you an example. I take ginger all the time. I went to the store, got some ginger, or I thought I got some ginger. I got back home and it was actually coriander. And if you look up what coriander does, it helps with your intestines. And it helps with your stomach, and to help the inflammation in your stomach. And I never heard of coriander before. And so maybe some of you guys have heard of it, but I've never heard of it. So I accidentally grabbed it, and it's something that I put in my teas with my ginger, with my turmeric and pepper, to help my stomach digest whatever it needs to be digested, because I want to have the healthiest stomach that I can have, so I won't have to think about these elements, or having an upset stomach, or having a horrible period. So as long as you're open, no one can stop what's for you and what is supposed to be in your life, little by little, to help you heal and be the best that you can be. Actually, I want to show you the brand that I use. I like Solvar. Solvar is one of my top brands that I usually pick to use as far as supplements. I'm sure there's plenty of other, but this has been my go-to so far. I definitely use other brands, but I really enjoy this one. I've never had a problem with it, and it has really, really good reviews. But this is the cod liver that I use. Okay, I zoomed in. So this is a cod liver I use, and it has 250 soft gels in there, and it's free of gluten, wheat, dairy, yeast, sugar, sodium, artificial flavor, sweetener, and preservatives and color. Vitamin A, it's 1,250 IU, and vitamin D, it's 135 IU. So yeah, this is one of my favorites that I use, and you will figure out what works for you. Like I said, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I just enjoy taking supplements, and I've seen the benefits that naturally herbs have done for me in my life, and that it does take time for you to see a difference. Herbs it's not like medicine or anything like that. It's just more a natural way of doing it. So however you feel like is best for you, I'm just sharing my story and what I have discovered that has definitely helped me, and it may help you too. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And once again, I am not a doctor or anything like that. I'm just going off of my intuition and what works for me. Thank you guys so much for listening, and continue to drink water, eat foods that align with you, and remember, you always go first with your health, with your mindset, your physicality. You are the first one. You are the one that is the most important, and everyone else goes second. Remember that always. I love y'all. Peace.